Promise David is on fire. He cannot stop scoring. He's up to 14 goals in all competitions this season. He scored a wonderful goal midweek against Luc de Fougerolles and Dender in the Belgian Cup, and then he scored against Mechelen on the weekend as well. He's been linked to West Ham. He's in the lead for the Jupiler Pro League Golden Boot. It seems like a move has to happen, potentially even in the next 10 days in this month, because there's few goal scorers that are finding the back of the net in the way that he is in Europe right now. And there's been links to the Premier League. I don't know if that's the right move. Maybe he waits until after the World Cup. He did re-up his contract, but it seems like there's a real possibility like he could move in the next few weeks, Brennan.
Yeah, and it would be super exciting. There's definitely some Premier League teams that need his profile at the moment. I think that he would step in and find a bit of an easier transition. You never truly know, but I do think he would find transitioning to the Premier League easier than Jonathan David seemed to have found transitioning to Serie A. And I would absolutely love to see Promise David bagging in goals on a Saturday in the Prem, and be it West Ham or, if Crystal Palace lose Mateta in the next 10 games, like, they got to get somebody that can score. And there's always this hesitation in England about a player who scored a lot of goals in Portugal and scored a lot in Holland, and maybe scored a lot in Belgium, and it's a real knock if they don't reach that level, and most don't when they come to the Premier League. Promise David seems like a guy that can take his game to the next level in the Prem, and I do think he's ready for a move. I wouldn't normally advise that in a World Cup year, but honestly, the way that his career has gone since leaving Estonia in the end of 2022, I wouldn't bet against him. So I do think that he's got a real opportunity to potentially, a move to the Premier League would elevate him directly into Canada's starting lineup, I think. And we were talking about, hopefully him being a depth piece behind what looked like Tony Oluwase and Kyle Larin next to Jonathan David, but performing well in the Prem, which I think he could do over the next 4 months, could vault him right into that starting lineup, Alex.
I like Crystal Palace as a shout. You know the shout I love, though, and this is going to be where I get we're going to go full nerd here. Get me Promise David to Brentford sometime in the next 6 months. I'm telling you, because that place is a striker factory. Ollie Watkins, Johan Wissa, Ivan Toney, and now Igor Thiago. They plucked for 30 million out of the Belgian league, and this guy's got 4 goals fewer than Holland playing for frickin' Brentford. Like, this is what they do. Brentford has links to clubs like Union Saint-Gilloise because, they're all very strong data-based clubs. I'm just saying, because I'm going to pull a quote from Moneyball, because it's one of my favorite books ever. Remember when Billy Beane called Kevin Euclid the Greek god of walks? Because he was just like, and at the time, like, this guy's crazy. Why does he care about walks? That's sometimes how XG feels like. Promise David to me is like the Greek god of XG. I don't know what it is. This guy can play awful. He can play great. Somehow, every game without fail, he pulls 0.7 XG out. It's remarkable. Like, even I was watching the Mechelen game on Saturday. Nothing. Boom, gets his chance, drops a defender on his ass, gets a goal from right inside the box. 0.6 XG. How do you do? It's what he does. But I will say, I don't think now's the time to move, and I will give a lot of credit to Promise David. His patience between him and his agent is remarkable. First off, he's in Estonia, and we have to remember, shout out to Josh Deming. Well, just throw him out, 'cause it's a name we haven't heard a lot in recent times. I hope he's doing well. Good friend of mine. Great to work with him. Obviously, he's taken a step back. But remember when he was reporting on the Promise David saga, and Atletico Madrid was some of the names interested, the Whitecaps, all very different opportunities for different reasons. And he chose Union Saint-Gilloise. And you're like thinking, okay, bit of a bold choice. Look how it's paid off. Last year, teams in the Bundesliga are calling like, hey, Promise David, we can offer you good things. And he looked and he's like, you know what? Let's run it back. And since running it back, it's not been an easy year. His team lost their coach. They've shaken things up. He lost his spot for a while, but where is he now in January? Top of the league in goals. He's scored some goals in Champions League. West Ham came calling, and they would have played him. Look how quickly they went and took Tati Castellanos, and they went and got the striker Pablo from Portugal. And they've been playing. He would have been playing, but he looked at that and thought, struggling right now, toxic club, probably going to go down. Let's wait. So that's why I say in the summer, he'll have his pick of clubs. Bundesliga could be a great option for him. Premier League could be great. But I'm thinking, like, based on the way his career is going, Brentford would be a perfect marriage, because I'm sure they'll struggle to keep on Igor Thiago. So I'm just throwing it out there now. We'll see if it becomes true.